The ground starts to quiver, glasses rattle. Soon, walls shift and everything begins to collapse. Telltale signs of what could be a devastating earthquake. We've seen the destruction they unleash. Some of us may have even lived through one. And we know they can be deadly. But where does this mountain-moving force come from? While we may think we're standing on solid ground, the Earth beneath us isn't completely stable at all. Our planet's crust is made up of about 12 major tectonic plates that fit together like a giant jigsaw puzzle. These huge slabs of land float on superheated magma and constantly shift, bump, and grind against one another. It's there, along the seams, where earthquakes tend to happen. When friction between the two plates is violent enough, seismic shockwaves ripple through the ground, rattling everything that stands on it. The stronger and shallower the quake, the more violent the destruction. The most violent type of earthquake is born in a subduction zone, where one tectonic plate is shoved beneath another. While one plate is forced downward into the mantle, the other jets upward, often violently. This is the type of quake that rocked Nepal in May 2015. And when subduction happens under the ocean, it can create giant, unstoppable waves called tsunamis, like the ones that killed hundreds of thousands in Japan and Indonesia. On average, earthquakes kill about 10,000 people each year. Sometimes numbers are far higher. The quake that hit Haiti in 2010 killed more than 300,000 by some counts, making it one of the deadliest on record. It is estimated that there are 500,000 detectable earthquakes in the world each year. 100,000 of these can be felt, and 100 of them cause damage. That's about 0.1%. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured using the Richter scale, which runs from 0 to 10, 10 being the strongest. Every whole number increase on the scale means 10 times more ground motion change. In recorded history, the world has never experienced a 10 on the Richter scale, but scientists predict an average of at least one major quake of magnitude 8 or higher every year. The fact is, the Earth's crust is restless and always on the move. We can't see earthquakes coming, but we can prepare for them. Engineers are now designing stronger buildings, resilient enough to survive a direct hit. Scientists are crunching data to project the power of future quakes and anticipate when and where they could strike next. Right now, we can only estimate the probability an earthquake will occur, but perhaps one day we will learn to predict them, minimizing their destruction and saving countless lives.
To be an earthquake survivor, it's best to start before an earthquake even happens. Get prepared beforehand. First, secure large items like TVs so that they're unlikely to fall. And store your heavy and breakable belongings on low shelves. Second, practice drop, cover, and hold on with your family. Drop to your hands and knees, cover your head with your arms, and hold on to heavy furniture until the earthquake stops. Third, make a family emergency plan for where you'll meet if you're separated. Fourth, get yourself a supply box and fill it with water, food, and medication. Toss in a flashlight. Don't forget your phone charger and a whistle. Fifth, consider buying earthquake insurance for your home if you aren't already covered. Now for the main event. During an earthquake, do what you practiced. Drop, cover, and hold on. If you're in a car, pull over. If you're indoors, do not stand in a doorway. Once thought to be the safest place in an earthquake, a doorway is no stronger than any other part of a building. After an earthquake, stay alert. There will be aftershocks, which are much smaller tremors. If you're in a damaged building, get outside and move away from it. If you've been trapped in a falling building, try to stay calm. Cover your mouth to keep debris from getting into your airway. Send a text if you can, bang on a pipe, or use a whistle to get a rescuer's attention. If you're near a large body of water, go inland and up to higher ground right after the major shaking has ceased. After an earthquake is when the tsunamis happen. Do not enter damaged buildings. If your radio, TV, or smartphone are still working, check for emergency information and instructions. If you want to help, then keep yourself safe while doing so. Do not try to lift heavy debris by yourself. And Wear protective clothing when volunteering in a rescue or cleanup. Earthquakes are dangerous, but if you follow this advice, you have an excellent chance of walking away unscathed.